Made Up, a true story of beauty culture under late capitalism. Written by Daphné B. Translated by Alex Manley. Narrated by Nathalie Toriel. Epigraph. Not just wellness, prettiness, niceness, a highlight on the tip of your nose, on Cupid's bow, on the cheeks. Mot de veilleux, from Une sorte de lumière spéciale. A note on footnotes. The footnotes in Made Up will be noted by number in the place they appear in the text. All footnotes will be read at the end of this audiobook. Made Up. Shmoney. The anarchist pop star had a baby with the son of a billionaire. It's a little green-gray wad of cash and guns. Proof, for those who needed it, that she hadn't really meant the things she'd said. Translation notes 1, 2, and 3. I think about the pop star's baby with the billionaire often. I think about it, that little green-gray wad, the amalgamation of cash, of guns, about that color at the intersection of wealth and violence, infinitely interlacing strands of the same fabric all come together. I try to understand the color, to put the complexity of it into words. The green-gray wad as murky as dirty water. Opaque, which works for it. That wad would love to cover up the banality of the truth. Wealth comes from the barrel of a gun. A wad isn't just a crumpled-up thing. It's also a stack of bills. Opulence, you see, presupposes scarcity. It blooms brightest in the garden of other people's misery. That intimate relationship between money and violence. This baby was born a gunslinger. The baby that Anne Boyer describes isn't actually gray, more grayish, nor is it green, more greenish. In fact, if you look closely, it's an ever-shifting, mutable hue, hence the ishes. It's forever on the doorstep of another shade, metamorphosing, a decomposing organ. Did you know that a dead person's kidney goes from brown to black? The trachea, which starts out white, becomes red before landing on olivish. Color is movement. It traps us in the steps of a dance, one that no one is allowed to sit out. For a long time, I believed that poetry was prophecy, that it could tell us about the future, coming deaths, impending technological breakthroughs, new elements pulling up chairs at the periodic table. But that's not quite it. Rather, the images in poems are ones that that must continue to necessitate, new words entirely. In which case, poetry isn't prophecy, but rather outside of time entirely. It's not a question of what happens. Poetry is outside of time. In fact, there's a much greater likelihood that poetry happens to you while many things that may seem more important than poetry won't. 4. That's Jean Cocteau speaking to the year 2000 in a YouTube video. In short, poetry isn't current events, but nothing happens without it. Did Anne Boyer know that the baby at the intersection of art and commerce she was writing about would one day be born, that 3 years after her book came out, that little green-gray thing she'd imagined would be real live tabloid fodder? After all, the poet isn't an inventor. She's simply describing what's already there. Because what is reality, like the green-gray baby, except proof for those who needed it? In May 2018, the Canadian singer Grimes, self-proclaimed anti-imperialist, drew back the curtains on her new relationship with billionaire businessman Elon Musk, the 23rd richest person in the United States.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?